continue to do this the way you are, you're gonna have a bad time. Hey, little bro. I'm gonna get that human for hurting you, okay? Huh? What? That expression. That's the expression of someone who's died twice in a row. Suffice to say, you look really unsatisfied, all right? How about we make it a third? You really think you'd be able to... So, that's it, huh? Just don't say I didn't warn you. Love, I'm going to Grillby's. Papyrus, do you want anything? Babs, sorry. I tried so hard at the end, but I guess it just wasn't enough. Wait, the save screen. Would it work? What?
Feels like I'm looking straight into a mirror. Help me end our timeline forever, please. Would you still do the same? In my place. In my place is the next Gino.
No.
Is he? That glitchy guy. No. Gino. Plan. Destroy. Timeline.
No! What the heck? Where am I? Is this the remnant of my dead timeline? Huh? What the? Oh no. This must be the timelines carrying that thing we're planning on eradicating next. Gino was right. Destroying the timeline ourselves was the only way. Now more timelines are gonna get destroyed. The more all monsters will suffer. The more Papyrus will suffer. That's it. I'm gonna continue what I started. Destroying all those timelines myself. I gotta find a way out of here first. I tried teleporting myself out, but... just like a broken pencil, it was pointless. How could I be so stupid to believe that my plan would actually work? If I'd just gone for Gino's, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. So I just moped there, pathetic as I was. Then I just decided to sleep it off, hoping that I would wake up and this would all just be a dream. I just slept, and slept until it was boring, but I can't just sit here and do nothing forever. So I talked, yelled, screamed, and kept screaming. And I screamed, and I screamed, and someone would hear, right? Someone would help. But nobody came. I got furious that we already got a fighting chance to break away from the cycle, and yet this happened. I knew I was already losing a lot of time, and so was my patience. And to make matters worse, the screams, they started screaming back, as if the silence wasn't loud enough already. This is hopeless. There's no escaping this place. Someone, please, help. This is all my fault. They will continue to suffer because of me. I don't really deserve happiness. No. I must end those timelines. To fix all this. To save them. I have to destroy the timeline.
He had no name, nor did his world. He was a rough, a sketch, an attempt. A failed one, and so was his world. His creator gave them up again. After trying and trying again, he grew tired of them. Again. Before long, drawing had become a chore for his creator. He watched, powerless as he was thrown away, screaming and pleading silently under paper. It was a prison, his unfinished home. Either emotionless or giving up on their fates, his companions were already lost in deep numbness, while he stood in denial. They were now forgotten doodles, unappreciated concept sketches. No matter his attempts to make this blank world a better place, he was the only one who had caught feelings. He never got any answer. He was alone. The pain was unbearable. The feeling of loneliness grew on him more and more as the white void consumed him. He was desperate. He called out for help. But nobody came. He grew hateful over those other doodled characters. He grew insane, even with the quiet calls of the people who cared.
I don't want to be forgotten. I don't want to be left alone. I just want to be someone!
And too deep in his sadness, he broke free. It was like a brand new start, a brand new chance. But he had no memory of his actions. He didn't remember what he'd done, or whomever he was. He was simply here without soul nor purpose. So he sat there and didn't do a thing, And time, if it even existed, went on. What was he supposed to do? Why was he here? What was he? Despair? Fear? Without soul, without colors, he felt nothing. He waited and waited and waited. But he had yet to know that his life was finally going to take its turn. When light finally reached his eyes, he was suddenly flooded with paint. It felt warm, reassuring. No, more than that. It was powerful, light, but overwhelming all at once. And then it became another color: disgust, sadness, rage, laziness, contentment. Those were colors. Those were life. A full rainbow in this empty, blank world. Suddenly, he felt happy. Suddenly, he felt. With feelings, such a powerful tool in his hands, his abilities soared. Each time he was flooded with a new wave of color, he took the opportunity to create his own. But the colors never stayed for long, and without them, he always found himself fading, becoming monochrome once again. He lost all the personality he'd built until they came back. To keep this from happening, he came up with a solution. Each time the flow of colors would come, he would catch every single one in a bottle to keep feeding on the emotions they held whenever he needed. So he could feel on his own, so he could pretend to have a soul. Once he took control of his colors, he was finally able to have an impact on the world around him. It had its ups and downs, its experiments, failings, successes. But he found himself enjoying the life he was creating on his own, without really knowing who granted him his powers or why, but putting it to good use nonetheless. He wasn't done with his discoveries, though. Not at all. He knew that being gifted with this ability was useless as long as he remained alone. And perhaps he would have to think bigger, and it seemed as though he was willing to open his eyes a second time.
生えてるとこなので。
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my hand.
Talking in your sleep, saying the things you do to me. I didn't care, I wasn't scared. Now I'm finding knives under the sheets, crumpled photographs of me. I'm in despair. Should I be scared? Teddy bear, you were my teddy bear. You were comforting and quiet. How did love become so violent? Teddy bear, you were my teddy bear. Everything was so sweet until you tried to kill me. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, la.